Good morning, Monday the 28th of June. Today was George's first day on the bus to school. Transport, which Amy was really panicked about. She can add her little bit in a minute. Basically now, our new routine for going to school, for like a school day, is I'm going to walk Matthew to school about 8:30, roughly. George is due to be picked up at 9:03 at home, hence the reason why one of us has got to walk Matthew. It's better for me to walk Matthew because if I'm on a night shift, I can walk him. I haven't got to wait quite so long before I can get into bed and then get up for the pickup at 3 o'clock. And George has had that little test of coming home on the minibus, so now he's going on the minibus at 9:03. So today I walked Matthew up, come back, and then me and Amy both together, because I'm off, we thought we'd do it together the first day especially, walked him up there to get on his bus that was already there when we got there. She told us to get there at 5 past, give him an extra couple of minutes, which we did, and they were already there, so that was good. So it was literally get up and he went on like an angel. It was bliss, just putting him on the bus, and he just walked on with his little backpack on, his little yellow coat, like something out of The Brood. And he got sat up, got buckled up, calm and cool as a cucumber. He wasn't so calm. Why were you not so calm and why were you sad?
I don't think I was sad, I was really anxious because I don't like change. And now the whole routine's changed, so I don't like it.
I suppose people have got to remember that you've been taking George to school, well, the pair of us, but mainly you, when I'm at work especially, for how many years has he been at school now?
Since he was 4.
4?
Yeah.
Yeah, for 4.5, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
So how many years is that? 3 years? This is his 3rd year, isn't it?
Yeah.
So 3 years of us walking him to school mainly, then buggying it when that become too troublesome, and then when the buggy become too troublesome, we started with early starts, so that was an easier transition, and then the buggy got too hard, so then it went to driving him about 4 months ago.
Yeah.
And then he was okayed for transport, and we didn't want to put him on the transport to school because of the Matthew situation.
Yeah.
But now he's going to school on the bus. He was good though, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That was a smooth transition. When he's tired, because yesterday we did actually try to film some stuff, but we went to the beach. You have to explain the scene rather than, because we couldn't take any footage because it was.
So it was really heavy. The rain was really heavy, wasn't it? And Corinne, my sister, and her husband and her daughter came with us, and we just presumed that the rain would stop. But it didn't.
I forgot the bag.
Adam forgot the bag with the towel and change of clothes in it and everything. So we had nothing. And then George obviously went straight up to the water, which is what he always does, with his shorts and his coat on. My coat came down past my knees, so I took my coat off and I had my hoodie and my cycling shorts on. And said to Adam, I'll just hold my coat, I'll keep an eye on George. So by the time we got to the car, dragged George back to the car an hour later, me and him were just...
Well, everyone was soaking wet, even your sister was soaked wearing jeans and they were like stuck to her like paint.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. Because, I don't know, I felt free and George felt free, so it was just nice.
The thing was, it was funny in a lot of ways because, well, it wasn't funny that I forgot the bag. That was a nightmare because getting them back in the car when we were literally drenched. Obviously you're not going to drive completely, but having to sit in the car soaking wet was a nightmare for everyone really. But George literally had to sit in his nappy though, just in his nappy all the way back. Even his t-shirt was soaked, wasn't it, all the way through his coat. But he was literally up to his waist in the water. And the only reason we dragged him back, everyone else you could tell were fed up. They were all drenched, like Amy's sister and her husband and Amy's niece were soaking wet. Matthew wasn't too bad because he had his umbrella, so he wasn't as bad. he was still soaked. I was drenched. The dog was soaking.
Can I just say though, the one thing that did annoy me was you normally take charge of George when we go out anywhere, and yesterday when I said, look, just hold my coat, I'll keep an eye on him, we were obviously the only ones like in the water. George was up to his waist, I was up past my knees at some point, and obviously, and then luckily we had the box of rustlers that I had to unfold and sit on in the car on the way back, which got so wet that when I got out it disintegrated underneath me.
And stuck to you.
Yeah. But of course everybody, I was the only person that didn't moan yesterday.
That is true. I fully admit that I was a bit of a moan. The problem was you'd had flip-flops on and took them off, hadn't you?
Yeah.
Amy took her flip-flops off. I had trainers on, so I couldn't walk in the water because I had to drive back. I can't drive in bare feet. I know Amy used to do that. I don't think you're even legally allowed. No. I can't even drive in bare feet. I just can't do it. I've done it before, but it's horrendous. And this isn't a 2-minute drive. You're talking a good, 40 minutes maybe on that road in the wet because it was so wet.
Yeah.
And obviously when we came back, the rain stopped, and the problem was, we knew there was a chance of rain. It said that, and I had football yesterday, and it didn't rain. It was just like a little tiny little spit, and I thought, oh, it'll be like that again, like it was Saturday, but it wasn't. Obviously, once it opened up, and we were saturated. So because I had trainers on, I couldn't really go in the sea because I had nothing to dry myself with. Amy was, it was probably a bad idea. It wouldn't have been a bad idea if I hadn't have forgot the bag.
I enjoyed it.
That didn't help. Yeah, well, George enjoyed it, but he didn't enjoy coming home.
No.
And the problem with it was, if it wasn't raining and his upper body wasn't soaked, I would have been happy to stay there for another half an hour. But the problem was, he was head to toe soaked, and at this point the water is cold. If you're in there for that period of time that he was, his legs start going red, and I'm thinking then he's going to get ill if he's in there too long. Like, it's cold water. So at what point do you go, right, enough's enough? Matthew was moaning he wanted to go home, so we ended up having to pretty much drag him back to the car. But once we were in the car, he was fine. He was good. So yeah, we had a bit of an adventure yesterday, and like I said, I didn't film. I filmed a bit in the morning, which I've just deleted because there's no point keeping it. But as I couldn't end it, I didn't have anything else from the beach. I couldn't film at the beach. It was so wet. And we had the dog, and it was just impossible to film anything really. If it was a little bit drier, I would have done. But yeah, so it was a bit of a mad one. So today, Amy got up at 5 o'clock. The boys brought the mattresses down again.
Yeah, 5 o'clock. Wow.
And they brought the mattresses down again. So we've just put that back. And we were going to go to, what's it called?
Adventure Golf.
Adventure Golf in Plymouth today. But Amy said it was her idea, and then she said she don't really fancy it now, so we're just going to
feel confident to go out in public today.
There you have it. It's silly. It's silly in my opinion, but I'm not going to make Amy do something if she doesn't feel comfortable to do it. We can always do it tomorrow. I'm off all week, so hopefully me and Amy can get a few things done together this week and spend a bit of time together. Oh yeah, we've got to paper that wall and that wall. But apart from that, the living room is done now, so we're getting there. So yeah, just a chilled out day today by the look of it now. Amy's hoovered everywhere. She's put some winter clothes away in the vacuum bags. I've went through some paperwork, cleared all my paperwork from the last month where it's just been getting put in my cubby hole. And I'm charging up all my camera stuff for a walk on Wednesday with my cousin, which is on my other channel for Dartmoor walking. And I think Amy's got a couple of things on with her friends this week. Some form filling to do for your whatever it is stuff. But yeah, and we paid the first payment for the windows. So we've only got another
9 years and 11 months to go.
But anyway, it had to be done. So yeah, the dog's tired. She was tired from yesterday though, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Running on the sand. But yeah, and also another thing, I did get Matthew to say it yesterday, so I'm not going to ask him again when he comes home. Matthew got Learner of the Week last week, which is something I never got in, I don't know, 15 years of school, whatever it is. To be honest, I don't think they even did it then, but I wouldn't have got it. Did you ever get it?
They didn't do anything like that in my school, but I bet you just got detentions.
Do I look like the type of person that would
Yes.
get detentions
Yeah.
frequently?
Yeah.
You tell me in the comments if you think I was a naughty child. I've actually got my school reports. You got yours?
No.
I've got all my school reports. I've got all my dancing reports and my theatre production reports from when I used to do dancing and from when I used to do theatre, which Amy loves. She just doesn't believe that I did it.
I do believe that you did it.
She knows I did it, but when I presume I was about 8, I used to do tap dancing, modern dancing and theatre stuff.
And now you can't dance for shit.
And now she says I can't dance. I can. I'm like
No.
Michael
You
Flatley.
do this.
I'm not even showing you what she said I'm doing. Believe me, Amy's got 2 left feet as well.
Oh, I can't dance at all.
I was like Michael Flatley back in the day. I even got first prize in painting. And the only reason why I started dancing in the first place was to annoy my sister because she was dancing. And I used to say, I'd be better than you. And I was. Because I'm a very competitive person. So's Amy though. You're a very competitive person, aren't you?
That's why when we go to the adventure golf, we need to film some of that because...
We will film it, but Amy will be ultra competitive at it. She won't want to lose. So do I take it easy? She wouldn't be happy with that. If I took it easy and let her win...
No, just because I'm a girl.
No, I'm not saying that, but if I took it easy and let her win, she'd be in a mood because she'd be like, you let me win. I could have beat you without you letting me win. So I'm going to have to go all out to win. It's in my nature.
I don't think you'll win. No.
We'll see tomorrow if we go. If Amy's got the guts to go tomorrow, we'll go. And I did play football yesterday. I had a Vets game yesterday. I scored 2 goals and I missed a penalty. Well, I had a penalty saved in the 82nd minute. So I scored 2 goals.
I do want to go, I just don't feel confident.
Yeah, but there's no point going if you're not feeling very confident. You may as well go when you're feeling confident. We'll see. If we go today, we'll film it. If we don't, we won't. And we'll go tomorrow. To be honest, the time's ticking on a bit now, so there's probably no point rushing around now. But we'll see. And we'll catch up when the boys come home from school and see if they write anything in his book about his transition from transport. Probably they won't, but we'll catch up in a bit. So I'm just going to the shop because Amy didn't want to do the golf thing today, so we're going to do it tomorrow. And this is this is the list she writes me. Salad, S-H-I-T, yogurts, burgers, bread, baps, milk, crisp, apples, frozen mash, because Amy's the only one who eats mash, so there's no point in making it fresh. Not for one person, and like maybe once a fortnight she has it. Pizza, salmon, I will eat it. Chicken, salad, sandwich, only with a good date, and some Max Paprika crisps. And I've got to pick up the boys' medication, which is Medicanet for George for when he has it, and also their melatonin, which they've had apparently since Thursday, which Amy told me they only just literally rung her on Friday and didn't tell me. So I'll have to get that now, and then I'll be back home. Hopefully I get everything I need. So that's me back from the shop. Successful. Where's that? What I was going to show you. A successful shopping trip. Picked up all the food for the week. Me and Amy have planned our meals for the week so that we're not tempted to buy takeaways because we're both trying to lose a bit of weight. So we've got all our meals planned for the week. We've got all the boys enough food for at least 5 days to cover the weekdays. Got all George's apples. We've got the medication, which took half the time it took me to do the shopping because there was some woman being awkward in there. Yeah, so I've got all their food. What else did I do? Got Matthew some new colouring pens because he keeps on losing all the lids off his pens. I wanted to show you this. This is proof that you live in an autism house. Can you see these?
Are you showing them a hand?
Yeah. These are That is a Woody hand, which was his last remaining hand, and that was a Buzz Lightyear hand, which was Buzz's last remaining hand. So I'm going to bin them because you can't glue them back on. Once they're snapped, they're snapped. And I actually did hide George's 2 Buzzes yesterday because he was throwing them around and stuff like that. And when we came back from the beach, I didn't want him... That's how he's broken TVs normally, by swinging the Buzz around or throwing it when it's hit the TV. So I hid them out of the way. And I'll keep them hidden out of the way until he asks. When he asks for them, I'll give them to him. But if they're around, he doesn't necessarily want to play with them. He just starts swinging them around, messing around with them. And that's when he hits the walls with them, and the nose on Woody breaks, and cracks the plaster, and so I've hidden them out of the way. So yeah, a Woody hand, which is no longer, and a Buzz hand. Don't know if you can see them very well, but yeah, that's an autism household. Not a lot else could happen today. We didn't go to golf. We're going to go tomorrow. Amy says we're going to go tomorrow, so fingers crossed you'll see me tomorrow beat her at mini golf. Indoor mini golf. The only thing I'm not looking forward to is having to wear a mask inside, like for however long it takes. I don't want to rush around. I want to enjoy playing, and me and Amy doing something cool together. But the thought of wearing a mask the whole time, like, I'm done with these masks now. Especially when you see stuff what Hancock was doing whenever. When was that video from?
I don't know, sometime last week, wasn't it?
I thought it was from last year, last summer, the video.
Oh, I don't know.
Does anyone know when that video was from? Anyone that's in England? I've just scanned over it. I can't be bothered reading it. I don't care what that Hancock does. He winds me up, that bloke. So I'd rather not read about him. But the only one I really feel sorry for is the wife of Hancock, who's like literally been humiliated in the press because they're releasing this video, and the husband of the PA or whatever she is. Like, she's got kids with him, I think.
There isn't even attractive. Like, what is she playing with?
Hang on. Matt Hancock isn't attractive, but I am. Come on.
Well, what's she playing at anyway? Is it just because he's like...
Well, she's a millionaire, isn't she? Apparently.
Who?
That girlfriend or the PA. I don't know why, but I think she's...
I don't know, but I'd rather chew glass than go anywhere near him. He's gross.
I'm glad you say so.
That's all I had to say on that matter, sorry.
That's alright. So, we'll have a little update when the boys get home. Hopefully, I don't think the school are going to say anything about George's transitioning in the bus, but the women on the bus will certainly tell me when I pick him up from the house. They'll tell us if it was alright in the morning. They told Amy this morning, relax, don't worry. He's fine, look. And they said we get to the school, he's got a few minutes before they come out and get him, so... And he's all buckled up and got a safety clip on the buckle and stuff. Mind you, say what happened with your safety buckle the other day in the car, because you bought one that they're using on the bus, didn't you, or similar?
Yeah, it's the same one. So we pulled up to the school and Matthew got out. And then I got back in the car, looked behind, and George is trying to do the clip on the belt. And I thought, yes, he's stuck. Because
it's just a plastic thing that covers the red button, and then you need to use a little thing to put in it.
Yeah, so he can't press the red button to release the seatbelt. And I turn around and he's looking at it, and I thought, brilliant, he's going to stay there. No, he just looked like that, pulled his seatbelt forward, and then slid out.
So it was all loose.
Yeah. Joke.
That's brilliant. So the seatbelt thing worked, but...
He's like a Houdini. It's the same thing with the trifle.
Not as quick as George's... not as quick as George's mind. Did we even say about the trifle on the other vlog? I can't remember if we did. Did we say about the trifle?
We must have done.
I think we did, yeah. If we didn't, we'll save it for another day. I'll have to check back at the last vlog. I can't remember whether we mentioned it or not. But
let me check. I'll have a look.
Amy, have a look. And if it isn't on there, I'll turn the camera back on before they come home from school and tell you. But if not, we'll give you an update once we've got the kids home.
I don't believe it. We didn't mention the trifle. That was a brilliant one. So when Adam and I went shopping the other day, because we're greedy. I picked up, I'll be honest, a Cadbury's caramel trifle, which looked amazing. And I said to him that night, I will have it after dinner tomorrow. Anyway, so George comes down in the morning, he's getting ready for school and everything, and he looks in the fridge, sees the trifle, takes it out. So I didn't really think much of it until I was saying, come on then, George, it's ready to go to school. And he goes, and runs upstairs with this trifle. And he comes back down. I got his shoes on, took him out and thought, right, I need to find that trifle. Couldn't find it anywhere. It was nowhere to be seen. And I was texting Adam and Wax saying, a trifle's gone missing. And I scoured this house from top to bottom. I went through all the airing cupboards, bathroom, our room, their room. I went through everything and I could not find this trifle anywhere. Anyway, the next day, I joked with Adam that he'd done us a favour because we don't need the extra calories. But the next day, my friend Sophie came round for a coffee in the morning, and I remember saying to her, right, clear your head. If you were a trifle, where would you be? Or if you were George, where would you put a trifle? And I walked upstairs and the trifle is sat like next to Matthew's bed. So he'd moved it from wherever he put it. But yeah, he'd hidden a trifle. And we're talking about a trifle that feeds 4. So it's not like a tiny little, it's in one of those big bowls. I'd love to know where this child, same with Bing the other day. He was wanting to play with all of his little Bing figures. And he found all of them apart from Bing. And we went through all the tubs, we looked in their room, moved out the beds, everything. And as we're stressing, saying, I don't understand where this Bing's gone. It was here the other day. He just walks past us, holding Bing. It's frustrating because sometimes when he's asking for something, I think, you know where it is. I haven't got a clue where all your hiding places are. So he could ask for something for ages and we'll look through everything and then he'll just suddenly appear with it. It's frustrating, but I'd love to know. I think it was my dad that said about strapping a GoPro or something to him, like spotting when he's found an object that he likes the look of to see where he takes it. That's not a bad idea. So yeah, the trifle had to go in the bin. But at least he found Bing. So
the dog is awaiting a scrap from George. I guarantee you'll give her a bit. Give her a bit of the bread. Look at her. You'd think that the dog's not been fed. What are you doing? Oh, thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Is he going to give her a bit? He normally gives her the last bit of bread. Oh, unlucky dog.
If he hadn't spent all day at school waiting for that moment and eating that, he would have given us some.
Look at his sticker. That's for eating a bit of pepper by the look of it. Well, either eating it, no, that's what they're giving him now for trying the fruit. So he's either eating a pepper or he's licked it. That's what they told me. He has to lick it or eat it. And then he'll get a bit. Then he'll get a sticker.
This is really annoying me.
What? Music. That dog is savage. You're a judge. Look at this screen. Look at all the scratches on the screen. Oh.
Did you know that flares are in?
Sorry?
Did you know flares are in?
Flares are in? What, jeans?
Yeah.
They were in when we first got together. 15 years ago.
15 years?
15 years, yeah.
You know what?
You want your drink? Drink, please, Daddy?
Later.
Good. Good asking. So yeah, George is watching Moana. Math, how was school today, mate? Good? What did you do at school? You said you did some art. You did. So, anything to add? Anything to add to the video?
I got a pencil case.
A new pencil case Daddy got you, yeah, for your drawing pens.
Colouring. Would you like to see it?
Show us your colouring, yeah. There it is. What is it?
It is Ralph inside of a house.
Okay.
Ralph.
No, Ralph. Ralph.
Put it in front of here. That's it.
It's called Ralph.
Ruv. What's Ruv from?
Friday Night Funko.
From what?
Friday Night Funko.
Friday Night Funkin'. Let's have a look at it. Keep it still.
I tried to make him, but I didn't have that much colours to make him, so I just made him like that.
Cool.
So I'll see you on the next video.
You're funny, Math, you are. Hold this up.
Like on the next video.
And we'll see you in the next one.
And see you on the next one. Subscribe and like the like.
You heard the kid. Give us a thumbs up, a subscribe. Like the channel if you want to follow our hectic, crazy lives. George did come back, just to add to it, he did come back and was dragging his mattresses back down, but I stopped him. And now he wants to go outside, so I'm going to go. Are you going to say goodbye?
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Outside.